Welcome to July's Chapel. Welcome to everyone who is with us online, and welcome to those who are joining in person. Welcome to those who are viewing this recording at a later time. Uh, Let us gather to celebrate another form of pride. I invite our first reader to come up.
So, all right. Reading, first reading is We Have Always Been by David Yedid in the Mishkan Gavra'ah. I look back into history, poring over our texts, sacred and profane, searching for some kind of meaning, opening, where I can see myself, where I can see us. I search and find rejection from our communities and leaders, our existence hidden, shamed, criminalized, excommunicated, jailed, killed. I keep searching and catch a glimpse of our vitality, our desire, our love, our bliss, our rebellion, our chosen family. In these glimpses, I see a sliver of light pouring out of the opening. I sprint toward it, our past, our present, our future, and with all my might, break the door off its hinges. I pant, breathless, on the other side. I want to scream, but instead I whisper, "We are here. We are here. We have always been."
Thank you. July is Disability Pride Month here in the United States. Let's take some time to reflect on what it means to imagine, wonder, and experience what it means to not experience barriers and shame for being disabled, chronically ill, and having a different body mind. I would like to talk about the difference between inclusion and belonging. This matters when we are out uh, in the world and applying what we've learned here in seminary. I will specifically be talking about why this distinction between inclusion and belonging matters in disability theology. I am including chronic illness here as well. July is Disability Pride Month here in the US. This is largely based upon the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990 being signed into law. This legislation was signed on July 26th, 1990. The 36th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act was this past Sunday. Now let's get into some practical theology. A number of congregations and religious traditions have told disabled people they are welcome to come in and participate in worship services and Sunday school. Some congregations do better at welcoming disabled people than others. There's a difference between welcoming and feeling a sense of belonging. This extends to congregants, lay worship leaders, and religious professionals. Lamar Hardwick talks about his experiences of coming out to colleagues after being diagnosed as autistic at the age of 36. Uh, he knew he belonged in church, and uh, he knew his calling was to be a minister. His colleagues told him to stop sharing his uh, autism diagnosis because it could impact his future prospects and that the larger church structure was not ready. He persisted anyway and created change. Hardwick is not the only one to point out these discrepancies between inclusion and belonging. He knew he was more welcome as a Black pastor, but not as much as an autistic pastor. I have talked with a number of people over the years with a variety of disabilities, and a common theme they shared was how they felt like they had to leave their disability and chronic illness experiences at the door. Now, this doesn't happen to everyone. Uh, it certainly depends on context. I even learned the difference between inclusion and belonging while in seminary. I learned it through completing an assignment for the world religions class. The assignment was to attend an event or service from a religious tradition that was not my own. I decided to attend a Kabbalat Shabbat service at one of the synagogues in the Twin Cities. I contacted the staff ahead of time to let them know I would be attending. I did not tell them about my disability. I didn't have high hopes that my disability would be accommodated. I thought there wouldn't be any accessible material, um, any accessible material I could use based upon my previous experiences at congregations from a few different uh, religious traditions I had already attended. When I got there, I was handed a Braille version of the uh, prayer book that they use for Friday night services. I wanted to cry. I had never been able to access worship like that before. I also received help in finding the uh, door people were invited to go through when singing the ninth verse of Lachodi. Uh, the rabbis provided visual descriptions of themselves at the beginning of the service. Uh, One of the rabbis brought up how he lives with a disability during the service, as if it was normal. I felt like I didn't have to leave parts of myself at the entrance. This sort of feeling where we don't have to conceal parts of who we are should be the goal we aim for. We should be striving for belonging, where we don't question if we belong. Um, Body mind differences are absolutely normal. The little things we do make a huge difference. There's small things like having a correct braille or digital version of hymnals and Sunday school curriculum readily available, uh, live captioning, uh, accessible orders of service, and being direct are some ways we can show care and signal to others that they belong because they do. Because we are all the people we need to flourish together. I now invite our second reader to come up.
This is an adaptation of Dear Trans Kin by Jamie Yandell. Dear disabled kin, I love you because you live all the way out loud. I love you because of the hard days where our body minds tell us to stop. I love you because of the days with less distractions and in those little things that make a difference. I love you because you are so damn beautiful, not in the way the world defines beauty. For the record, though, you are beautiful that way too. But in the way, truth becomes radiant when it finally has a body mind, wider, deeper, more expansive than anything we were taught to imagine. I love you because your courage and tenacity are a masterclass in being and becoming, in choosing yourself, in choosing life, in refusing the lie that you were ever meant to be erased. I love you because you are living, breathing proof of the universe's imagination. You're proof that creativity is still unfolding, proof that holiness is not finished yet. I love you because you show us a different world is possible. I love you because your body-mind is not a cage, but a garden where we flourish together. A world where we get to name ourselves and call it sacred. I love you because you remind the world about joy, the defiant kind. Your happy, flappy limbs, laugh too loud, survive anything kind. The kind that says, we're still here. I love you because you sparkle, sing, and shine, and refuse to mask, even when masking would be safer. Even when the world gets sharp, even when being visible costs something. I love you because your disability is not something you overcame. It's a part of who you are, a song you refused to silence, a truth that kept burning. I love you because loving you has made me braver about loving myself, because your existence feels like a doorway, because knowing you makes the universe feel more habitable. We are blazing a shared path toward a future where we feel like we belong, because we do. And we get to love you while the world is still catching up.
Thank you. May we remember that we are loved just as we are. May we strive for wholeness and belonging in community. May we take what we experienced moving forward and be the change we wish to have in the world. Blessed be, Amen, Shalom, and Ashe.